my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then welcome to my channel, and today we are going to be doing some Pride Month book recommendations. Because yes, happy Pride Month! This is a video that I've done for a few years now. I will have the other ones linked down below in the description. And also in the description of this video will be links to the content warnings that I can find and also links to some resources. And yeah, with that, let's go ahead and get into it. Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Aoki. And this follows Shizuka Satomi, who in order to escape damnation must convince 7 violin prodigies to trade their souls for success. She has convinced 6 people so far and is searching for her final candidate when she meets a young transgender runaway whose talent catches her ear. She also meets a retired starship captain turned donut shop owner, and all 3 of their lives become entangled in a story of curses, identity, hope, and family. I read this back in March for the Trans Rights Readathon, and I always knew that I was probably going to love this book, but I could have never have anticipated just how much. Like, I was instantly immersed and settled into this in a way that felt so comforting, and it genuinely feels like a book that I'm going to be coming back to for the rest of my life. There are incredible characters and so many moments of humor and love that mix with complex behaviors and actions. I love the way that it incorporated music. There are important violin playing scenes in here that are like pages long, and I sobbed through many of them. They were so incredible. And there's just so much character growth and exploration and relatability in this, and there are such strong visuals. I love this blend of fantasy and sci-fi and contemporary. The writing style felt refreshing and charming and just filled with personality. And there are so many moments of found family and relationships in here in general that genuinely meant so much to me. And everything about this book means so much to me, honestly. It's one of, if not my favorite book that I have ever read. And then we have Restart After Coming Back Home and Restart After Growing Hungry by Kokomi. And this follows our hot-headed main character who left his home in the countryside for Tokyo, only to return home at 25 after leaving his job. And it is there that he meets a man his age who was adopted into his hometown after he had already left, who is super sweet but is also hiding his own pain. This is another one that I thought that I was going to like going into it, but I never could have anticipated just how much I was going to love it. It was so incredibly sweet and wholesome and also very slice of life and relaxing. And I just love these two so much. It's best friends to lovers, it's grumpy sunshine. I was destroyed by cuteness. Like, I just couldn't stop placing tabs in this while annotating. There's also a focus on loneliness and feeling lost that really resonated with me as well, which combined with the age of the characters, because we're the same age in this first volume, like, it hit pretty hard, especially around the time that I read this because it was like right around my birthday. In the second volume, it had angst with eventual comfort. It was very focused on their relationship and their partnership and just how they want to define their relationship and what steps they want to take and what is available to them. And yeah, I love both of these volumes a lot. I feel like I could read about these two for forever. And then we have the Luis Ortega Survival Club by Sunido Reyes. And this follows our main character who has mostly been ignored by her peers as she is an autistic girl who never talks. When the popular guy at school begins to pay attention to her, she finally feels seen, but everything changes when they have sex at a party, which is something that she didn't say yes to. And rumors begin to spread about her throughout the entire school, and one day she finds a note in her locker that leads her to a group of students who are looking to expose him for the predator that he is. I read this book all in one day, and when I say that that is rare for me, I mean that. But I just couldn't put this down. I love this coming of age themes. I always tend to have a soft spot for queer coming of age YA stories, and this was no exception to that. I also really loved our main character, and I love the friendships that were formed in here as well, and just seeing them bond and work together and fight back. There are heavy stories and topics and just really awful people in this. It is super heartbreaking and emotional, and definitely based on the description, you can tell that it's definitely not always an easy read at times. So I also loved all of the moments of happiness that this carved out for the characters as well. And I also thought that this had a really sweet, sapphic romance that I really liked as well. And then we have The Moon on a Rainy Night by Kuzushiro. And this follows a high school girl who has a chance encounter with one of her classmates whose music dreams were complicated after an accident almost completely took her hearing. Although this girl tends to push people away with her icy demeanor, through one kind gesture, our main character is able to begin breaking down her walls. Which, speaking of sapphic romance, we have one of my favorite manga series ever. I love these two together as a duo. They have so much chemistry and they have so many amazing moments and moments of teamwork that I love. The series also has a lot of charm to it in its humor, and that is also very much present in their relationship. They're a lot of fun and I have a lot of fun with them. And there's a lot of self-exploration in as well, as Saki is trying to figure out her own sexuality and how to be an ally to Kanan. And Kanan, who is opening up to others and making friends while also still facing past trauma and planning her future. Again, there's good character growth, there's coming of age themes in here as well. I also really love how this series incorporates music, and it also takes time within the story to inform when it comes to deafness and hearing loss as well. I love the art style, there's a great cast of characters around them, and there's interesting and sweet and also complex relationships. I do have a couple of volumes volumes of this that I need to catch up on, and will probably do so this month actually. But this so far has been so incredible, and I am also so excited for their anime adaptation. And then we have The Romantic Agenda by Claire Kahn. And this follows our main character Joy, who is in love with her best friend Malcolm. This is something that she has been keeping a secret, as she has never been brave enough to tell him. However, when he invites her to a weekend getaway to meet the love of his life, who she had no idea even existed, Joy decides that this trip is her last chance to tell him how she really feels. This was so messy and so much fun. It at times felt like I was reading a reality show, and I loved that about it, even when they were being messy and annoying and frustrating. Like, I was so invested in this book and all of the drama, and both Malcolm and Joy are also asexual, which was cool. I also really ended up liking the romance as well. They had a lot of really cute moments together, and I really liked their dynamic and banter as a whole. And overall, I thought that this was a really fun summer read. And finally, we have the Singing Hills Cycle by Nevo. This is a series. They're all connected through a cleric named Chi, and we follow their travels. And my favorite part of this series is the storytelling aspect to them, where Cleric Chi is listening to and recording stories wherever they go, and the stories, they're interesting. There are reveals and messages in them, and just things in them that bring the rest of the story around them together. I also really like how different each novella is in terms of the overall story. There's magic, there's fantasy and lore, and just a ton of mystery. My favorites of the novellas so far are When the Tiger Came Down the Mountain, The Brides of High Hill, and A Mouthful of Dust. They're all pretty short. I've been listening to the audiobook versions of them, and they're all like really quick listens. And the ones that I've loved, I've really loved and have found to be super easy to get invested and lost in. And I also think that the settings themselves are interesting and captivating in general. Like, I just enjoy traveling with Cleric Chi. I haven't listened to the newest one just yet, Long and Speaking Silence, but I am really looking forward to getting to it eventually. I think it's going to take us back to the beginning of their journey, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm hoping that it shows us a new side to our main character as well. Okay, so that is all that I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and answer the question that'll be around here if you want to do that, and hopefully I will see you here next time. Bye.